How you doing, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to MWO Online with Scout. Two big announcements today before we get started with our video on the Phoenix Hawk 1K. First of all, patch is due out, as you can see, later on this afternoon. Supposed to be releasing the Cyclops today. If I have an opportunity, I'm going to try to bring you guys coverage of that, even if it is only just a gameplay video with very little to no commentary. Now, why would it be just a gameplay video with little to no commentary? Well, that's the second part of this announcement. As you guys have noticed, there haven't been a lot of videos going up on the channel lately. That is because I've gotten my PCS orders. That's right. The movers will be here starting tomorrow, and we're going to be moving out of here, and I am scheduled to deploy shortly thereafter. So unfortunately, where I'm going, there's unlikely to be internet connection, at least internet connection good enough to play video games on, let alone anywhere to play video games. So unfortunately, there may be a break in videos for a little while. And I just wanted to say before I go, I appreciate all of you who have subscribed, have commented, and have watched the videos. It's been great fun for the last year or so. I will be back eventually putting up videos as soon as I can, but in the likely event that I do not have the means to do so, I wanted to let you guys know what was going on, and I did want to say thank you again to all of you who subscribed, commented, and watched the videos. It has been really fun doing this channel with all of you, and I really appreciate all of you guys, so thank you so much. Having said that, today's video is going to cover this guy right here, the Phoenix Hawk 1K, one of the last Phoenix Hawks. Really, I think kind of an ugly stepchild. It doesn't get a lot of coverage, probably because it doesn't have any jump jets. So it's, I think, considered one of the more lackluster of the Phoenix Hawk variants, but I've actually come to appreciate this thing a little bit. So what I'm going to do, as always, is I'll take you guys through the mech, show you what jumps out at it, kind of compare it to the other variants. I'll show you guys my loadout that I came up with, and then I'll show you the first 3 or 4 games that I had in the thing, win, lose, or draw, so you can get an idea of how this thing will play straight out of the box. So without further ado, let's dive into the mech lab and see how this thing stacks up. Alright, so here we have the summary of the mech in the mech lab. As you can see, going through its hard points, it has absolutely no ballistic hard points, 8 energy hard points, 0 missile hard points, an AMS hard point, and no ECM. Now if we take a look down at its quirks, you'll notice that the Phoenix Hawk 1K, and indeed all of the Phoenix Hawks in the last patch, got a quirk adjustment. And so all the stats on the Phoenix Hawks have changed a little bit. Mostly it was some internal structure bonuses to the arms. They all got a little bit. And if you'll remember, there wasn't a lot of variation in the acceleration, deceleration rates and whatnot for the Phoenix Hawk. Well, that's been adjusted. So the Phoenix Hawk 1K now has an acceleration and deceleration rate bonus of plus 80%, which makes it the quickest of all of the Phoenix Hawks, at least the ones I have, by at least 10%. They typically hover somewhere between 60 and 70%, so pretty nimble. Turn rate bonus of plus 60% is pretty par for the course. If you look at the structure bonuses, you'll notice that the 1K gets structure bonuses everywhere, and its numbers are again the highest of all the Phoenix Hawks. So it does have, across the board, the most structure bonus of all of the Phoenix Hawk. The torso turn rate yaw bonus of plus 50% is again par for the course. You'll see that across all of the Phoenix Hawks chassis. And then we get into the weapon quirks. And like most of the Phoenix Hawks, the 1K is pretty anemic on weapon quirks. All it gets is a standard laser burn duration bonus of minus 5%. So again, not a lot to work with. So some of you are probably asking, well, why would I run this mech? And the thing is, I don't really compare it to the other Phoenix Hawks because it doesn't have jump jets. I think it fills a slightly different niche. I look at this thing more as a competitor to, say, the Blackjack 1X and the Cicadas. It boats energy weapons, mostly medium lasers. It's kind of a brawler striker mech, and it doesn't have, in this case, it's got the speed, but not quite the mobility that you want, simply because it doesn't have jump jets. Reminds me a lot of Cicada, but the Cicada is only 40 tons, so it also competes in my mind directly against the Blackjack 1X. And I think if you look at it in that light, you'll find that the 1K actually stacks up pretty well. It's not quite as fast as the Cicada, obviously, but with a max engine rating of 355, you can fit a pretty big engine in this thing, and it is almost as fast as the Cicada, but it's a little bit tougher. More importantly, it's a lot faster than the Blackjack 1X. And what it has over both of those is flexibility. If you look to the right hand side of your screen down towards the bottom, you'll see the yaw diagram, which depicts how far you can move your weapons left and right. And what you'll notice is that the yaw average, yaw angles on the Phoenix Hawk 1K are 112.75 degrees plus 30 for your arm. So the really yellow part, that's your torso, how far you can get your torso weapons around, and then the kind of orangish part is how far you can get your arms around. And that is a huge advantage you have in the Phoenix Hawk over both the Cicada and the Blackjack that do not have actual arms. They don't have lower arm actuators, so you don't get to move your arm weapons independently of your torso. Now, it's a huge advantage over the Blackjack, which pretty much only can turn 90 degrees, 45 left and 45 right. Cicada's got a little bit better, but it still can't match once you add in the arms of the Phoenix Hawk. It can't match that 142.75 degrees. So you're a lot more flexible in a Phoenix Hawk than you are in either one of those mechs, on top of the other factors that we talked about. So again, it may seem that you're losing too much when you compare the 1K to the other Phoenix Hawk models because you're losing all of your jump jets. But I think if you look at it in the light we talk about, comparing it against other mechs that are more similar to it, like the Cicada and the Blackjack 1X, it actually stacks up fairly well. So let's go into the mech lab and I'll show you guys what I have done with this thing. Alright, so here's my loadout for the Phoenix Hawk 1K. A couple of things that are going to jump out at you right away is this is going to be extremely expensive to build. You're going to have to put in the Endosteel dynamic structure in order to make this work. As much as I wanted to go with a standard engine and keep that survivability, I just couldn't live with it being that slow, so I went ahead and threw it in XL. And on top of going to an XL, I went to an XL 335, which is pretty pricey if you don't have one laying around. And of course, the double heat sinks are not cheap either. But once you've done that, you've got a pretty good platform for shooting and scooting and running around. You can see what I've done here because I don't have really any kind of weapon quarters to work with other than that standard laser burn duration bonus. I've gone with medium lasers, and it looks a lot like my Phoenix Hawk 2. The only difference is on top of my 6 medium lasers, I've also got 2 smalls. Now the smalls I've located in the arms so that gives them maximum flexibility, aiming left, right, up, and down. What that allows me to do is if I start getting really hot, I can go to a small laser and throw that in the rotation instead of 2 mediums. I can get them where I need them to go, and I can kind of help manage my heat a little bit better. The other thing that you'll notice is unlike all the other Phoenix Hawks, the 1K actually has 2 weapon mounts in the center torso. So if your arms get blown off right away, you're actually not helpless. You do have 2 medium lasers, which, yeah, I got it. It ain't great, but it's a heck of a lot better than nothing. And as we talked about in all the other videos, people have kind of caught on to the Phoenix Hawk's bag of tricks, and they're really quick to blow your arms off. So it's really nice to have 2 medium lasers in the center torso so that you can at least continue to fire back even after your arms are taken off. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Loadout, just loaded it up with double heat sinks. I did not put the last double heat sink in the engine here, even though I know there's some advantages to doing that. I wanted to stack crit slots here in the left and right torsos to try and prevent engine hits and whatnot. Not really sure if you can do that in MechWarrior Online. It may be a case of either you have all 3 engine slots in your side torso or it's blown off. But in the event that it either is or it is implemented in the future, I went ahead and stacked some crits in there to protect my XL engine. Taking a look at the modules right quick, I'll show you guys what I have installed. As you can see here, I went standard radar deprivation if you don't have ECM. I think that's a pretty good, just easy initial choice. It'll protect you from LRMs in the event that you do have somebody out there slinging them. And then because the medium lasers are the primary weapons, well, no fuss, no muss, medium laser cooldown and medium laser range modules. And then for the last module, once that gets unlocked, I would actually consider on this mech one of the mech modules might actually be beneficial to you, depending on what you're doing it. I think you might consider those because I don't really think it's worth dedicating a whole other module slot to 2 small lasers. And then for my consumables, I've gone with a cool shot and then UAV because I am fast enough in this mech. I find myself doing a little bit of scouting. Mostly though, I try to stick to counter reconnaissance screening and keeping lights away from my mediums and heavies. But I do find that it's useful to be able to pop that UAV sometimes if I'm out front. So that's it for the overview of the Phoenix Hawk 1K. Let's dive right into some gameplay and see how this mech works out.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright, so here we go. Game 1 on our Phoenix Hawk 1K. We got Domination on Polar Highlands. This should be pretty interesting. Let's just scoot over here. Yep, straight out to the domination point and see what happens. Should be able to duck in behind some IV lines right over there. I'm pretty sure the domination point's over there by the satellite dish. Probably be one of the first ones there. You see the acceleration and deceleration bonuses of the Phoenix Hawk 1K there. And we're still holding out pretty good. Again, pretty swift. Not the fastest thing on the battlefield, but still pretty quick. Should be able to make it there in good time.
Affirmative.
Apparently that guy, you gotta like that. Lights run out to the point, and I'm gonna sit here with my shadow hack and derp around with the assaults. You gotta like that. Go out there and take fire for me while I putz around back here. Thanks. I needed that strategic direction. So let's see what we can find here. Kind of leery about coming up over that rise. Feel a lot better if I had the Raven up here with me and was under ECM coverage. Yeah. As it is, when I come up, I'm going to give him a Dorito. I saw somebody there in G8. Just want to let the team know. Alright, back at the controls now. And I think I'm just going to play this one a little bit patiently. Doesn't look like the team's in a real big hurry to get up here, so maybe they'll be over aggressive and crest the rise and we can get some shots. We'll just kind of let this develop. Speaking of, oops, look out. Pretty aggressive hunchback there.
New target acquired.
I'm going to come back up. I wouldn't if I were you. See if we can scoot up a little. Oh, hello. Oh, they are being aggressive. Tentatively, but aggressive. How's that for oxymoron? Let's see if we can shift over a little bit. There's somebody.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Still no real desire to push, it looks like, by the heavies and assaults on my team, so it's alright. We can be patient and just try to squeak around here and get some shots on their more aggressive players. That looked like a Warhammer there. Yeah, it's 6D. Let's see if we can make that catapult with the LRMs go away a little bit. Yeah, let's get away from here and clear his lane so that he can back up and get away from those LRMs. If you're not careful, sometimes you can walk into them when they're meant for somebody else. And that's a little bit more. Yeah, roll a little bit. Spread that damage out and back off. That's a little bit more than I want to pick a fight with. Go back to the other spot here. Now it looks like our heavies are starting to spread out a little bit. Try to look for the flanks. Oh, hello.
Target spotted.
Oh, there's an important target there. See if we can punish this cataphract. Unfortunately, couldn't get the kill. Not that I expected to in a Phoenix Hawk, but I was hoping that working with these guys to my right, we might be able to put him down. Unfortunately, not quite enough, but he's hurt pretty bad, so that's good news. And lots of... It's not really the range I want to be at. It's kind of long for medium lasers, but with nobody showing any desire, any great desire at least to push, I don't want to go out there by myself. So we'll just sit here and continue to take shots as we get them. No, hello.
Affirmative. Need assistance.
I was hoping he was going to keep on coming, but he backed off. I think there's 2 or 3 mechs right below that rise there. And oh, hello, Mr. Phoenix Hawk. This guy's gonna get worked. See, that's what I don't want to do right there, is be this guy. I get most of my mechs shot out from under me trying to be too aggressive in a medium. Use my coolant flush. Wanted to try to get as much damage into that guy as I could. I'd like to go over there and pound that guy shooting the LRMs, but again, I think we'd end up like that Phoenix Hawk that just went by in front of us, so we'll just be patient here and continue to work. I kind of want to reposition again and see if there's anything going on the left, but I don't want to leave this Kodiak here by himself. Still thinking about going. He might be alright. They're peeking, but they don't seem like they really want to come over. Yeah, let's go take a peek and see what's going on over here. Got a lot more friends over here, that's for sure. See if we can get up here without blocking anybody. Nah, still too far. It's a better position, but the range is, I think, even worse than where I was before. Might be better suited going back to where I was. Starting to take some damage now too. Need to stop poking so aggressively. Poking 3 or 4 mechs isn't really a good idea. Let's go back. I thought I could get that guy. Ooh. Maybe we can close up here. Get some damage done. Nah. Too much tension. Not enough people coming with. Oops. Still some more LRMs coming in at me. Now we got the Mad Cat coming up, but I think he just stopped on the ridge, so I'll take my shots here and then back off as well. It's not the most exciting game in the whole wide world, but I think we're slowly out damaging them, and now it's time to go in and get a little more damage done. Maybe I can get a kill here on this Cauldron Born. Nope. Well, it's not very exciting, but I've got a piece of most of their mechs, I think. Yeah, there we go. 426 points of damage, 11 assists. That's not terrible. That's pretty good for a first outing in this mech. We'll take that. Did pretty well, really, compared to most of the teams, except, wow, look at that guy in his Shadowhawk, man. He had a heck of a game. Kind of played into the strengths, though, ECM and poking. But still, I think the Phoenix Hawk 1K did alright. I wish the team was a little more aggressive, but I think we held our own there. Let's try a couple more games and see what else we can get in this mech.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright, so here we go with, this is actually the 3rd game in the Phoenix Hawk. Game 2 was a conquest on Alpine Peaks that my team managed to lose in less than 3 minutes because absolutely no one went to the domination circle. So yeah, I didn't think that was much fun. This will be pretty easy. We'll just head to the back and see if we can find a lone mech. But it occurs to me I haven't talked to you guys much about Phoenix Hawk history. I do have an addendum to make to my earlier videos. I was digging and kicking around, and apparently the 1B and the Phoenix Hawk 2 are actually both canon Phoenix Hawks according to some sources. Apparently the 1B was built in 2760. It's a Star League mech, and you can find information on that in 3075 unabridged TRO. And then the 2 was actually built in 2599, so they're both actually legit Star League Phoenix Hawks. And the Phoenix Hawk 2 apparently appears in TRO 3085. I don't do much with Battletech after about 3060. I just didn't really like the storyline much. Look at that guy. But yeah, that's why I wasn't aware of those 2 Phoenix Hawk variants. But the 1K is actually an original Phoenix Hawk. It dates back to 2603. It was used by almost exclusively House Korea. Did you see that? There's a lone guy back here, and we've got some help. So I'm going to go after this guy rather than that, whatever that was that was crossing in front of us there. It looked like a Thunderhawk. But yeah, uh-oh. Pause the history lesson. Rifleman. I was hoping we found a missile boat back here, but we've got some help, so we should be able to take this guy. Just gotta be careful not to overheat. It's a lot hotter here than it was on Alpine Peaks. Or I'm sorry, Polar Highlands. Come on. Ah! I thought I could get his torso. It's a modified 3N. He's got mediums instead of larges, so he may have actually put an XL in it. Doesn't look like it. He's still up and running. Oh my god, I shut down again trying to get the kill, but we'll take it. That'll work. A little bit hot here. Still, I'll trade that for them being down a heavy mech. And as I was saying, this model of the Phoenix Hawk actually favored by House Kurita, my personal favorite house. Really, it's an effort to make the Phoenix Hawk more survivable. They ditched the machine guns and the jump jets for maximum armor on a 45-ton mech. Come on, get up here. And again, you see that a lot in the Cretan mediums, especially as you start getting into the Fourth Secession War and the War of 3039, as the DCMS tried to push medium mechs into more of a heavy mech role because they were short on battle mechs for some period of time in those conflicts. In fact, that's what led in 3039 to the Star League actually giving House Kurita some downgraded Star League mechs. So that's why they made that trade. Whether or not you agree with it, depends on what role you're trying to do with a medium mech. If you're trying to make it stand up to heavy mechs, well, I guess the trade makes sense. But if you like a more traditional medium mech, you might want to stick with the other Phoenix Hawks. Strictly tabletop speaking, I didn't mind the 1K. I do kind of miss my jump jets. That is a mess down there. But all in all, that's a little bit of just the thought processes and the history behind why the 1K is built the way it is. I don't want to go down there. We're going to go this way and try to avoid that. Make them come up to us and hopefully come up into, look out bud, into our friends up here. See if we can chase this guy away. And oh, that's bad. We got more pushing. Want to try to prioritize. Nope. I was going to say we're going to try to prioritize this Kodiak, but not with them looking at me and oh my god, this just went from bad to worse. And I think all I can do now is not die and try to run through them. Hopefully distract them, get the rest of my team up here. Oh, come on. Find something else to shoot at. I was trying to get into the back of that Hellbringer, but I lost an arm. And I lost the other arm. Now I'm going to get out of here. Well, somehow I lived through that. I did manage to hold him up for a few seconds. And now you see exactly what I was talking about in the mech lab. Having those two medium lasers in the center torso at least gives me something that I can still fight with. Although it's going to be obnoxious trying to peel this locust off this guy with only torso mounted lasers. Now I've lost a leg. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. That's not too bad though. Still got 300 and some points of damage, and I managed to keep them off of my team for a little while. Kind of a sacrifice play there. We did get that kill early on though on the rifleman, so that counts for something. The locusts are particularly annoying after the great mech rescaling. They're already obnoxious and hard to hit, and they got actually a little bit smaller, so they're even more hard to hit. At least that's what I'm finding after the patch. We'll see how it works out after the patch today. Let's try to get this guy. There you go. Hit the easy one, the slower one, and he shuts down. Unfortunately, yeah, that's going to be it for him with that locust behind him. That locust pilot's not too bad. Oh, and here we have a locust of our own. Little 3M running around. Get the Jenner. Looks like he's tangling with this other locust. Nope, that's a Jenner. You can get him, man. Just be patient and don't overheat. Looks like the lights are going to be the ones that decide. No, we've got some heavies and mediums left. We should be alright. And almost got him. There it goes. Nope, nope. Stick to the Jenner. There you go.
Heat
Put him
level
down.
critical.
Oh, he's done. He overheated. He's done.
Target destroyed.
Yep. There it goes.
New target.
And now just that annoying locust, and a sneeze will kill him at this point.
Heat level critical. Target
Almost got him.
destroyed.
There you go. Nice kill. Nice shot there. And that's pretty much going to be a game, I think. I don't know where. Oh, here he is. He's hiding. What is it with people getting up in that spot and sniping? You guys remember, I think it was the last video I did, there was a Nova up there sniping with ER Smalls. Apparently that's a popular spot. You know what, I just realized, look at this Locust. He's got 5 kills. He had a heck of a game. And that's game. So, not quite as much damage as our last game, but we did manage to secure a kill and did manage to distract the enemy team for a little while and demonstrate why it's nice to have center torso medium lasers. So, that's okay. 304 points of damage, 1 kill, 7 assists. We'll take that. We'd like to do a little bit better, but that's not terrible. Still, it showed off some of the things we were talking about in the mech lab, so we'll take that. And I tell you what, guys, we'll do one more in the Phoenix Hawk 1K, see if we can get a really good game. Cross your fingers, and let's get back in the queue and see what we can get.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright, so it looks like we got a game on Crimson Straight. Not terrible, not great. We'll see how it works out.
Sorry.
This map is due for a redesign in the upcoming patch. That should be about, I don't know, about a week from now. So we'll see how this map comes out. I actually kind of liked this map. I think there were other maps they could have touched up first before they did this one, but we'll see. Not my favorite map for this Phoenix Hawk variant because I miss my jump jets. It's nice for getting up and down here, for cushioning a fall if you fall off. If you want to go scout the saddle like we're about to do, it's easier to get back if you're under contact if you have jump jets because you can avoid that awkward little ramp right there. You can see it just to the left. But it's not terrible either, so we're going to go up here and just report the status of the saddle right quick. Don't see nothing. There we go. My duty complete. I did a little bit of recon for the team. We'll hang out a minute just in case a big fatty comes by here. But I think I'm going to start positioning back over the other way. Although, to be honest, I don't really know what good I'm going to do over here. We're going to have to kind of wait for the initial sniping
Acquired.
back and forth over this rise. Kind of just past that Timberwolf there. We're going to have to wait for that phase of the game, if you will, to pass before we can really do too much. Unless they come straight up over that ridge. But it looks like our guys are doing that rather than theirs, so
New target acquired.
sniping at this range with medium lasers isn't going to work. But it looks like, well, we got at least one guy going around, and you know what? I think I am going to go with him unless something pops up as I move back here, because that's just standing around back there doesn't really strike me as much fun. I don't think I'm going to get much done or be much use to the team, so this guy's going around, we're going to go with him, and hopefully what we can do is at least cause enough of a ruckus that some of the heavies and assaults turn around, and then our big boys can come down and around the other way, the way they were facing, and then pray that I'm fast enough to get away if too much heat comes my way. And oh, hello. Speaking of heavies, there's a Cauldron Born. Gotta get up the ramp here once again. That's when I miss my jump jets. He's distracted by that Kit Fox, so... Oh, great. Now he's looking right at me. We'll cut around. See if we can pull in behind him. Yeah. You think he's chasing me, but I don't think he realizes I'm right behind him. Hello! Take that. Cut back in behind him again. Hello. Distracted by the Kit Fox. Great. Now I've got somebody else on me. See if I can stick with this Cauldron Born and get in behind him. Try to get the kill. He knows exactly what I'm doing now. He's just... There we go. Got back in behind him. Now he's getting smart. He's trying to put his back to this wall. We gotta get out of here. And whoever that is shooting me is starting to hurt. Let's see what we got back around here. He should be distracted with a Kit Fox. Catapult. Oh, he's only got the small lasers. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to run from you. I'm actually going to kick the snot out of you. Coolant flush. Out. That would be the Cauldron Born coming back. Got to break contact. Get around, get around. Oh my god, that's King Crab. Don't shoot at me, King Crab. Let's see if I can get the kill on this Cauldron Born. Yes! And go back on this. You know what? Let's cut in. Just in case that King Crab's looking for me. Got our friends showing up, so we'll just stall for a second. Now we'll go back in. Plus we needed to cool off, so. Alright. See what we can find. I'd like to find that catapult again, but I think he's dead. Might be able to get a piece of this mad dog.
New target acquired.
Get out of the way. Look out. I almost shot that guy. That's our King Crab, though.
Target destroyed.
Did not get the kill there.
New target acquired.
What we got here? It's a Marauder, but he's going to be dead before I get to him. Yeah, there he goes. Oh man, that is one banged up Nova. Let's see if we can finish him off. Looks like, okay, now he's starting to pay attention. I was going to say it looks like he's got bigger things to worry about, but now we have his full attention. And we just gotta... There we go, got the kill. Sorry about that, phone distracted me for a second. And an at-loss. Hello. Let's pull right in behind him here. Just want to make sure we're not face-hugging here. Make sure we give everybody room. And, wow. That Atlas had a really, really bad day. And I guess there's one guy left somewhere. Maybe back here. One of the lights, perhaps. I didn't see him. Got to be around here somewhere. No? Maybe not? Well, I'm going to call that mission success as far as distracting the enemy team. I thought we were jumping on a lone Cauldron Born back there in the back, and then we got joined by a catapult, and then we got joined by a King Crab. Oh, there's the last one. Then we got joined by a King Crab. Let's see if we can acknowledge that guy. Let him know he's not out there on his own. There we go. So yeah, I would say that we diverted a pretty hefty amount of tonnage back towards the back of the enemy, allowing our heavies and assaults to pile on in. And fortunately they did so. They didn't hesitate. So this is going to be a pretty dominating win. Let's see if we can get one more assist or maybe even a kill on this Jaeger Mech, looks like. Nope. Did get an assist but no kill. But yeah, as you can see, the armor and additional internal structure does work for the Phoenix Hawk 1K. He got beat up pretty bad, but we secured 2 kills, and along with that Kit Fox, we're able to distract a pretty significant portion of the enemy team in that game, which directly contributed to the win. And again, thanks to our heavies and assaults for not dawdling, for going ahead and pushing when they saw the opportunity. And that's what happens when everybody's playing on the same page. So yeah, that's the Phoenix Hawk 1K, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. I do like this mech. Hopefully I'll see you guys again a little bit later today with some Cyclops footage. If not, again, thank you all for taking a look at the video, for being part of the channel. It's been great, and I'll miss you guys, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.